on there. We're doing the Wednesday night, but it's not Wildcard Wednesday tonight. In fact, it is autumn beers that you would like to drink during the fall, and you want to give credit where it's due. And Bumpy Road Brewery, Jesse came up with the idea, and it's a great idea. And Jeremy's out there west of the Mississippi River in Arkansas. I'm east of the Mississippi River, but only by less than 1 mile in Louisiana. I can hear the boats on the river during the day. And over there in Georgia, far, far east of the Mississippi River, close to Atlanta, is John in LA. Now, Thomas Meadow joined, but unfortunately, he's going to have to wait in what they call the basement or waiting room because of this setup where you only can have 6 people, sadly. But we'll rotate it in and out as much as we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're like Laverne and Shirley. We're going to make, and then we have up there in Kentucky, northern Kentucky, close to the Ohio River, south of the Ohio River, is J.O. Jonathan Owen, who we are familiar with from YouTube escapades. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
And then further east in the Mid-Atlantic in Brooklyn, New York City, New York, is Michael Komarov. Hello. He is our record keeper, the scribe. He is the scribe. And then we have Bumpy Road Brewery up in New Hampshire, in New England. And then also in New England and southeastern Massachusetts is Thomas Meadow 75, Eric Fromfelter, but he'll be joining us later on. Now, so Jeremy's going to tell us what beer he has. I'm going to pop mine. We're going to try to.
I got this on short notice. I don't have a real good liquor store. Little Rock's the best one I have around here, but this is the only one I could get.
The Samuel Adams. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't tried this
Samuel
year.
Adams. Oktoberfest. Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I've heard it was. I've drank them before. It was from a while back, so maybe this year will be better than ever.
I'm trying to post the. I don't know if I'm lagging. I'm trying to post the comments from people, but they seem to come up with maybe they're showing. I don't know. There could be some internet problems. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yes, yeah, we can, but you do seem frozen.
We don't see you though. I mean, you're frozen, but we hear you fine.
Huh?
Or at least on my end. I don't know.
I'm hearing you fine.
This comment is still stuck on the screen. Let me see if I can.
And here is the ghost of Ron J. Dario.
I can't do it. There we go. Okay. Now it's moving.
I'll try to work through it. I mean, what else can I do?
Your avatar now. No, you're
okay.
live now. There you're
moving a little bit now.
Moving like the Crypt Keeper.
It never happened to me. It happened to me before, but the internet.
It is October, getting close to Halloween. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Some kind of. I have St. Arnold Oktoberfest beer, and it's 6.6% alcohol, and been on the market a long time, and the IBUs are. I'll give them later. It's 6.6. It's been on the market, I think, since 1996. And
what's the beer called?
St. Arnold Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest. Okay, I got it.
Ooh, St. Arnold Oktoberfest. Yeah. I've only had a few St. Arnold beers, but they are incredible. So I have a feeling that's probably going to be a really good one, Jay.
It is. And we have, John, what do you have?
All right. Well, I have a beer that I've never had before. And real quick, you still have the comment showing up and you still appear frozen. One thing to do to fix it would be to make sure you not show anything on the screen. Remove yourself from the stream real quick and add yourself back immediately. It'll reset the camera. Anyway, I am drinking the Oktoberfest beer from Bell's Brewery.
Oh
nice.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that in stores today. I almost picked it up. I'm going to wait to see what you think of it.
I've never had the Bell's Oktoberfest. I've had a ton of Oktoberfest beers over the years, but never this one. It's 5.5% alcohol by volume. The IBUs are not disclosed on the bottle. I looked at Rate Beer. I went to the Bell's website. They're funny about their IBUs. They don't list them for this beer, so I don't know what the IBUs are. But it's 5.5%. It was packaged on August 13th, 2019. So they start bottling these Oktoberfest beers, a couple months before October, obviously. But anyway, never had it. Excited to try it. And there you go.
That's good.
I think like a typical Oktoberfest, you're looking anywhere from 15 to like 25 IBUs.
That would be my guess. Sometimes a little bit higher, but yeah, I mean, it's a Märzen beer. This is a Märzen. As you can see, it's poured up like a Märzen, nice caramel color. You're going to get some roasted barley malt, some nice sweetness. It's not going to be a hoppy beer. So yeah, You're right, Bob. And is Ron still, Jay, are you with us?
I can hear you. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the internet. It just kind of crashed.
It's just your camera. That's all. It's frozen.
I'll make you feel better. Look.
It's not my camera. It's just it was working fine. It just started to immediately fail.
That is weird.
Well, what does Jo have? It's never happened before on this. So.
Okay, what do I have? The one I really and truly wanted to get, being Cincinnati, you've got Oktoberfest out the wazoo. And, of course, there's some really good local brews of pumpkin and whatnot. But the main one I wanted is not on the shelf just yet. It will come a little bit later in the season. It is called Pilgrim from Mad Tree. It is a pale ale. It's brewed with cranberry, walnuts, vanilla beans, and Pilgrim hops. It is a delightful beer. It's very light. It's like 5.5 ABV, but it really shocks the palate, and it is just a perfect complement with anything turkey related, turkey sandwiches and whatnot. But instead, what I'm doing is I'm going to be drinking a beer that somebody gave me that I thought would be very good, something from Mass Landing. It is Gunner's Daughter. It is a milk stout, which has been like literally 95 degrees here. So something, I love good stout beers in fall. That's just me, rather, because I love a stout beer. But this is one of them which I felt would be more apropos because it's a lower ABV milk stout. Only 5.5. Yeah, but this is more apropos because it's milk stout.
Have you ever had that one, Jo?
I have not. This is one of Trish and Brandon sent me.
Yeah, I got that one in my fridge right now.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a try just to kind of see. Oh goodness, yeah, this is a nice roasty not too coffee heavy. A little bit more emphasis on kind of a roasted cocoa bean. Oh, this is perfect for tonight. This is perfect. This is very dry. The coffee's on the back. Has a nice residual sweetness on the front. It is a little bit old because my head did not stick around at all. But it drinks thicker than it is. Bumpy, this is a good choice. Let Brandon know that. This is a great beer.
My wife absolutely loved that beer. We had it at a restaurant, and she loved it, so I had to pick up a 4-pack.
I mean, the vanilla is so perfect in it that this just makes you think perfect fall. I'm kind of glad I went with my gut instinct on this one. Okay.
We'll wait for our host to join us back again.
Okay, so he's adding Eric on. So Jo poured his beer. Michael, we haven't talked about your beer yet.
Cole Carey, I still see your response. Can you please go away?
Okay, this is from Jack's Abbey. It's their Copper Legend Oktoberfest, 5.7, 22 IBUs from Framingham, Massachusetts. And all the stuff Jack Abbey's brews are all lagers. So this is a lager.
That's right. They don't brew any ales, which is very interesting.
It's unfiltered and unpasteurized, and this one was canned on the 14th of August, which means it's like 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
Got the date, guys. Got the date.
Should be fine. It's on the bottom of the can.
Awesome. So, Eric, you're the only one that hasn't.
Bumpy hasn't given his either.
I haven't either, but we can go ahead with Eric.
Oh, Bumpy. Oh,
he popped in with his Rosemary's.
Yeah, I got what does it say? July 31st, 2019 packaging. Two Roads Brewing Company. It's Rhodes. Let me do this. There you go. Rosemary.
Oh, I like that.
That's 6.8. Now they say on the website with a touch of the rum barrel, but it's a pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, aged with vanilla beans, and aged in rum barrels. But they're calling it a very light rum barrel. So when I get into this one a little bit, we'll see if that holds true.
You might get a little rumpa-pum-pum.
I'll say that can art is sweet on that can. That was some sweet can art.
Wrong holiday there, Bubby.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Rosemary's
really
Baby
cool.
reference.
The whole Rosemary's Baby thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
There we go.
That is, I like that. That's sweet.
Hello, HD camera. Thank you.
So Bumpy, you're okay. Go ahead with your beer, and then I will hop off so Ron can come back in here and go through everybody, and then I'll just join back whenever.
Okay, I am super glad because I didn't know, especially since my beer is from New York. I was really worried about Michael Kormaroff having the exact same beer as me. So thank God he didn't. So from Southern Tier Brewing Company, I have the Warlock. Which is an Imperial Pumpkin Stout. So this is a stout. Let me see if I can find on the box. It's a little more easy to read. I can't find it on the label, but it's anyways, it's an Imperial Stout that's brewed with pumpkin and pumpkin spices.
I love that beer. I freaking love that beer. I would buy it every year if I could find it.
Yeah. 8.6% ABV, and it's a vintage 2019, so it's a fresh bottle.
I love that beer too.
Yeah, that's a winner. Hey, that actually, Bumpy, is my favorite pumpkin beer. I think I can honestly say that because probably mostly because it's a stout, but yeah, it's just a killer beer.
Yep.
All right, and Drunken One, we see you down there. And yeah, I will concede to J.O. J.O. is much cooler than me, but you don't have to rub it in my face, okay? Anyway, I'm going to drop off here so Jay can get back on and kind of moderate through, and then I'll be in the basement whenever you're ready, and I'll give you my breakdown. So, all right, I will remove myself.
Bumpy, this is fantastic.
Terrio. What? Chip. Let's go. Terrio. Terrio.
Jay comes back.
Yes, seen the Pilgrim locally. Good for you. Terrio. All right. Let's get some real context. Okay, Bumpy's already diving into his beer. What's going on with that beer, Bumpy?
Well, out of mine, what I'm looking at, I was noticing when I poured it, it's a thinner bodied stout based off of appearance. I don't know as far as mouthfeel, but you can see lots of colors, red hues and everything, and I can see my finger through it. So this is a pretty thin bodied stout. So I'm going to go with like a darker brown color. The head on it's kind of got this kind of khaki-ish tight, small, like bubbled head. Yeah, I mean it looks decent. Like I'm saying, it is kind of thin-bodied looking, but still for the appearance, it looks nice. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 6 for my appearance on my 50-point scale. And you can go ahead and move on to others. I'm going to go in through the aromas and the flavors and take down some notes.
I will host while Jay is absent. Jeremy, you got that Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Appearance and aroma like?
It went down real quick. I mean, there was hardly no hit on this one at all. Like white. As far as amberish looking color, reddish amber. It's 5.3%. 16 IBUs. I forgot to say that at the beginning. We'll get a nose on this one real quick. I'm getting a little bit of dark fruits actually on this. Bready. Definitely smell the malts. Not much on this one. You're not getting much of a. I'm not getting much on this one.
Okay.
It kind of worries me. Let me go ahead and do the taste, or
if you want, go ahead.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Might as well
Cheers.
bump one to Bumpy. Bam. There you go.
Real sweet right off the bat, which is not surprising for this style of beer, though. Maybe a little too sweet, though. You're getting yeah.
I find that the body, I don't know if my palate has changed or whatnot, but I find that the body's a little bit thin these days. What do you think of the mouthfeel on that beer?
Exactly what I was going to say. It's real thin. Well, it's only 5.3 also, so take that consideration. But yeah, it's like a medium finish on that.
Jay, that camera's working real bad.
I don't know what happened to him.
John should come back if Jay doesn't want to.
I don't know what. Did your camera go out or something?
I don't know. Trying to.
I can't control it if the internet crashes on my end. You know, I
He's
can't.
still there.
Oh, the show knows, is it?
Come back on.
We'll hear you in spirit. But Jeremy was talking about Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Oh, I've been listening to the whole.
Just real light for the style, but it's pretty good. It's not as good as the other one I drank the other day, which this was I couldn't wait for you guys. I drank this one this weekend.
Which one is that, Jeremy?
That's by Mother's.
Okay.
It's called Mr. Pumpkin, and it was really good. So it's not anywhere near that, but it's a good sessionable beer for the price and everything. So I'll give you my ratings here in a minute. Whoever's next.
All right.
I don't know if we want to go back to Bumpy if he wants to taste and talk about that too.
I'll give you mine real quick.
Okay.
You want to do that? Yeah, why not? Back to Jay for a moment.
I don't know if it's going to crash completely. Mine's copper. It's got fairly thick head. It's not super thick. It's ivory colored. The IBUs are 14, 15. It's very malty in the flavor. It's brown bread crust. If you ever had Roman meal bread, it tastes like that. It's sweet, 6.6% alcohol. I wouldn't recommend drinking too many. The body's not really heavy though. The finish is fairly crisp. It's a good Oktoberfest beer. A little on the heavy side. If you went to Oktoberfest celebration, tried to guzzle too many, it would be a big mistake. But it's a dynamite product. St. Arnold makes some really good stuff. My friend David called me today, and he was saying, here's a list of Oktoberfest beers. They're all $7.99. What's the best? What should I buy? And I said, well, I can't tell you what to buy. They're all good, you know. He said, you're not helping me. You're not helping me. I said, well, I can't help you if it's a tie, you know. So he said, well, pick one. I said, well, okay, Samuel Adams. And then he told me, you're fixated on Samuel Adams. I said, you asked me to pick one. I said, I told you it's a big tie. I said, get Leinenkugels, get Shiner, get all the ones I said, well, Paul Honor's the best. Oh, well, that's $9.99. I said, well, then don't buy it. So we had a good discussion, but I don't like when people put me on the spot and then they don't like my answer, you know. But I'm gonna add Shane. I saw that Shane was trying to join, but he dropped off. You can join and I'll get out of here, Shane, because my internet speed just collapsing. It's never happened before on this. Can't explain it. Hadn't had any problems, but these could be that Microsoft decided to send me a major update. Like, it'll do that all of a sudden, and then it'll destroy your speed until it comes through. But
just think, though, your computer's getting upgraded right now.
Downgraded currently.
Cheers. Yeah, downgraded.
Currently. Chain Fudge. Yo.
I don't have any tabs open. I know Johnny always talking about tabs. I don't have any tabs open. That's the thing. It should not crash. I've done StreamYard where I had 5 tabs open. It was going fast like lightning. Tonight, you saw when we started, it was fine, and then it just instantly started to crawl. And I said, "Uh-oh, here we go." Now, I will score this. I'm going to give it the score now because, and then I would recommend everybody else give their scores because if mine crashes, this whole thing could end. You know.
Oops.
It's really good. I'm going to say 94 out of. It's A-OK. Too bad we can't get Southern Tier beers in Louisiana anymore. Nope.
Oh, man.
So
I didn't know that. I like Southern Tier.
since Eric, yeah, we can't get them. They just disappeared. They didn't last. They all the craft beers kind of got chased off the market here by the local craft beers, so it's kind of a situation like that. But Eric, you like to run the show, so you can. This would be a good time to do it.
I can try. I can do some moderating while live on screen for you. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
I add people if this system I'm doing will work. It's not going to work.
But you can be what they were calling in that defunct football league. You can be the Sky Master General. You control everything from above.
Yeah, but my controlling ability is so limited. I'm going to say an A for the St. Arnold Oktoberfest, and I would highly recommend it.
All right, maybe Shane Fudge will show up next.
I'm not going to say
Shane, where you at?
Here's the only thing I'm going to say, Eric. It's 6:51 p.m. Central Time. At 7:10 or 8:10 Eastern, I'm going to kill it. So you got 19 minutes. How about that? That's fair.
Hurry up.
All right. Well, we can do a favor.
And you can possibly let John come back on, or he could give it from the sideline or whatever.
I will.
It's all on you, Eric.
If I'm able.
Okay. Bumpy is aroma and appearance. He's full-fledged into the Warlock. Let's hear a little bit about its flavor now.
Yeah, let me say, I had this one a few years back. I was way more impressed. I don't know if they change it year to year, or if Southern Tier is just starting to skimp out on stuff. But for the aromas, I was picking up like the cinnamon, nutmeg. First off, you get some of those spice notes, a little bit of a roasted malt note in it. Kind of like a sweet graham cracker, and then a little bit of like a pumpkin gordiness in the aroma. The aroma wasn't too bad. I was just hoping for maybe more of like the roasted malt or something that just kind of stood out as a stout. So I was kind of like, for the aroma, I was like a 7 out of 10. I don't know if you want me to continue on with the flavors.
Sure.
The flavors on this were even more disappointing. Get a little bit of like a nutmeg allspice note in it. Little tad bit of like a roasted malt. A little bit of a toffee note, and then there's kind of this. It's kind of more like a burnt toffee note with like a bitterness lingering on afterwards. The body seems to be on the lower side of medium, and the carbonation's reaching into that low medium to like higher light side of carbonation. Just overall, it's not really coming off very stout like. It's like they missed the stout completely. And just threw in some spices to like a almost like a black lager or something. It's not very stout like at all on this one. So yeah, a bit disappointed. I'm like at a 9 out of 19 for the flavors, 4 out of 5 for the body. It's just a little bit too thin for what a stout should be, I feel. I'm kind of this is kind of just an average type brew for myself. So like my overall is a 5 out of 10. My complete scoring on it's a 31 out of my 50-point inspection. I think that does either land it. I think it lands it just above the Never Again, but it lands it, which I'm very disappointed because I remember having this a couple of years ago and I really liked it.
Would that be like
just
a C, like a 70? What would you give the number if it's in the 100 scale?
Yeah, I think it'd be like right around that 68 to 70 range in the 100 scale.
If Jay is
recipe
still,
from your year. And so you go back like when I first started like 5 years ago, drinking beers about 5 years ago, that pumpkin was fantastic. But it's just kind of slowly deteriorate every year. And so I kind of find that it does. Every year recipes are different as well as the quality of pumpkin. Okay. So that was my little two bits.
So 31 out of 50, not a really amazing score.
Yeah. This one's like I said, I'm super disappointed because I wanted to pick out my favorite pumpkin or favorite fall beer, and this was a couple years back. Like I said, when I had it, it was more stout. It just seemed it was like because pumpkin's a bit too sweet for me, and I think the Warlock with the stout added just kind of made that work. But if you want to go ahead and put me in the basement, bring somebody else in because I already did my whole thing, I'll sit here and watch.
I was gonna hear from J.O., but he's in the basement now. So Jay, bring all others in that are still in the basement, please. But until that time, I think Michael Funrock does want to taste some autumn beer. The Copper Legend from Jack's Abbey, Framingham.
As you can see, it is. I'll turn it around to the other
I
side.
think this is the first time that Jeremy or that Michael's ever done a Copper Legend on a live channel show before.
That is for certain. The carbonation is pretty nice too. You can see the streaming bubbles in there. Amber, golden color, clear. The only thing I get on the malted is malt on the nose, just like a malt, but it does smell like other Marzens. Let me give it a sip. Again, it tastes like a very typical Marzen. It's well done. You're getting the maltiness in it. You're getting the roastiness. It's not extraordinary, but it's very good, and it's very drinkable. And it's 5.7%. It's can't taste any of the alcohol.
Damn.
22 IBUs. You don't really taste any of the bitterness as well, but I think that's common in the Marzen beers. But I've had a lot of other Jack Abbey lagers, and this one's very good. I'm enjoying it.
I haven't had a problem with most of the Jack Abbey's beers that I've tasted. So I think they're doing pretty good. They've been doing pretty good stuff for a long while.
It's very good. Now, Shane has arrived, but he's not in his chair.
He's arrived, but he hasn't arrived.
He hasn't sat down yet.
All right, so until that time, because
Derek, why don't you do your Rosemary's Baby?
we have, according to Jay Terrio, we got 18 minutes here, so let's make this happen. All right, yes, Rosemary's Baby. This is from Two Rose Brewing Company in Stratford, Connecticut. Again, ale brewed with pumpkin and spices, aged in rum barrels with vanilla beans, only 6.8%. You get it in August, starting in August, in 6-pack bottles, 6-pack cans, which is what I have in draft. And then they are telling us it is a touch of the rum. So I'm glad to bring a pumpkin beer to the show. So if I introduce some swirling is when I start to get the head. Otherwise, it doesn't generate anything. But that nice khaki look to it, almost like an Oktoberfest, I guess, kind of a head would look like. The body of the beer is a dark chestnut, maybe almost mahogany red in color. Borderline going towards that purple. Not quite yet. Maybe outside of the light, it's kind of more purplish. Yeah, definitely cinnamon. Yes, cinnamon forward. Lots of spice notes. Potpourri. Shane Fudge back. Hello, good sir. Rosemary's Baby. Bam. And that's like cinnamon and all the nutmeg spices. There is that vanilla, and there is a little bit of a woodiness and a alcohol from the rum barrels. But that is like so lightly done, it just sort of browns everything out. It's got a nice toasty brown sugar molasses type of a note. So yeah, let's do it. Does it smell like a gourd? No, just pumpkin spices. Does anybody know what an actual pumpkin actually tastes like? Probably not.
No, because it tastes pretty bad.
No, much of anything.
Really, it's pretty good towards room temperature. It's going towards there. It's actually kind of cool right now. So yeah, at the very end of the sip, you're getting a little bit of the syrupiness from the rum barrel. not a whole bunch. All of the spicy notes that I described in the nose are in the taste. The toasty brown bread, there are a lot of vanilla, some of the coconut from like your rum barreling.
I'm back.
Medium carbonation. It's kind of wet on the finish. It's not extremely dry, but it does have some dryness. Kind of refreshing for what it is. And I mean, that's pretty good barrel aged beer when you don't want the heaviest thing in the world, but you want to have that flavor. So, yeah, a really unique pumpkin beer. They say scary good pumpkin ale. I mean, it's at least a 90. I got to give it at least that A minus. It's not smack you in your face with all the spice and smack you in your face with the rum, but it does everything in a nice, delicate balance in a nice package. I think it was $12.99 for the 6-pack, so pretty good. 90 out of 100. Roads Mary. Bam.
I'm back.
All right, we missed Jo there for a brief moment, but I think we do want to. Where is he? He's over here.
I'm down here now.
Yeah, I figured him out. Oh, yeah, we want to hear some tasting notes from his beer.
Okay, so the one I'm doing is Mast Landing, something that was sent to me. It's Gunner's Daughter. It is a milk stout. It is a 5.5. It is, I know, I like milk stouts in fall. I love the flavor of them. A lot of times, you know, these fall beers to me sometimes come off a little bit light, and they just don't do what I expect for fall. This one has a very nice crisp flavor for a very light, but yet it is a milk stout. And I just was doing some research on it, and I found that it is also classified as a peanut butter, hence the reason I'm getting all those autumn flavors, all that rich mineral soil and the what I consider of like autumn leaf taste of, you know, the crisp, crunchy leaves and the flavor. It does have that the milk, the bourbon, sorry. The peanut butter comes off as an afterthought, but the creaminess really makes it shine. It is like something I'm wishing it was like 58, 68 degrees outside. I was on my front porch and drinking this. We're in this lovely humidity that we are having now that we're still 88 degrees outside.
Nice.
All right, so for me on rating, I always do a 1 to 5. It also makes me think of like the farmers markets and the fall festivals. So it kind of triggers a lot of childhood happy memories from like the hay, the earth, almost like I can see like a Ferris wheel in a cornfield. But being a deep, deep Southern boy, this one here, I'm going to give this a solid, mostly because of the way it makes me feel as I drink it from the happy memories. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5 because this is actually really nice.
Excellent. That sounds like a good beer. I do see that in my area, so maybe I'll have to.
How does your 4 go on the 100 scale? If you did
on the 4 go on the 100. Wow, I've never actually done the 100 scale, so let's do a quick bit of math. I think that would rate it right around an 88 and 90 at that.
That's fine.
Nice. Yep. Okay.
I would love to know other people's thoughts. I could just be looking at this as a sorry, man. I just stepped on everybody.
That's good. That's good. Continue.
I was going to say I would love to know other people's ideas on this because I could just be looking at this as rose-colored glasses because it's perfect for what I think of in fall. I mean, I'm like Halloween decorations. Okay.
All right, we got Shane Fudge in the house. What's going on, good sir?
What's up? It's been a while since I've seen some of you guys.
Good seeing you, Shane.
Yeah, you too, man. I'm drinking a beer from Arkansas here. This is from Diamond Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Little Rock, Arkansas. Just spotted this the other day, and I thought I got to pick it up. The guy that said that he hated beer, didn't like beer, bought a 6-pack of it because he really liked it. They did a tasting the day that I bought this. So it's super fresh. It doesn't have a date on it, but it just got released. I'm sure it's probably only about a week or so old. It's sort of a transition into fall because it is a Pilsner. So you think of Pilsner as being, you know, kind of beer you drink in the summertime more, but with a rye in there, that earthiness and the spiciness and the pininess and the cedar notes that I get out of rye. Pretty nice with this Pilsner, actually. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. I've already had a couple of these, one last night and one earlier tonight. So this is the Rhino. I'll read a little bit to you about the side of the can. It says, Rhino is a German Pilsner-inspired lager brewed with rye, pearl, and pico hops before being dry hopped with a Hallertau for a crisp beer with a subtle spiced character, light floral nose. And that's pretty close to what I've gotten out of the couple of beers I've already had of this. So are we tasting right now, or are we?
Right ahead.
Yeah, we don't have much time.
Yeah. So with the Pilsner, there's not a whole lot of real strong notes that you get on the nose, but the earthiness and the spiciness with its rye will come through, and it's pretty strong on it. So you see, it's pretty golden, kind of a straw color, not real dark. Pretty light beer, but like I said, that rye goes pretty nice when it's like 95 degrees here in Arkansas where I'm at today in Searcy. So it's not bad, even though it's October 3rd, right? So it's like or October 2nd rather. What is going on with the weather? So kind of confusing. So this is kind of confused me at first too. A rye Pilsner. I've seen a rye Pilsner before, but that cedar and cheers. Sorry, I went right in for it. Right, I was
Cheers.
Cheers.
But the cedar, I get a lot of cedar and pininess and earthy aromas from the rye. It's a crisp finish, pretty light mouthfeel, a lot of breadiness like rye bread. I'm not a big fan of rye bread, but I do like rye in my whiskey and my beers. So it's a nice beer. I really like it. I probably would buy it again, but there's so many beers out there that I want to buy. I probably won't buy it again this year, maybe next year. Rhino. Yeah. You probably won't be able to see this outside of the state so much. Maybe if you were in Memphis, I think Diamond Bear does get into Memphis, Tennessee. But a lot of these beers out of Little Rock and Arkansas, they don't really get out of the state much. So somebody send this to you. If you were wanting a rye Pilsner, here's a good one to try. I would highly suggest it. It's a nice beer.
I have to find that one.
It's a good beer during the fall, would you say? Yes.
Early fall when it's warm. When you're in the Indian summer and the dog days of summer like this,
it's hot.
It's a nice beer. Kind of the trees are turning a little bit, just slightly because they're dehydrated. It hasn't rained here forever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, this is a good beer kind of for warm days and cooler nights.
Excellent. Nice. Sounds great.
You'll need the score from Jeremy and a quick description from John.
Okay, my score real quick. I'm going to give this a straight up 90. I think it's really good for what it is for cheap. I'm giving it because of the pricing and everything. I mean, it's really good. It's an A- in my opinion.
Mine's a 92 also. Not 92, 90 also.
Okay.
90 as well, yes.
90 as well.
Jeremy is drinking on Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Michael Komarov is drinking on Copper Legend from the Jack's Abbey Brewery, Birmingham, Massachusetts.
John, I have 94, but give us a quick description.
All right. So, the Oktoberfest beer from Bell's Brewery. It's a good beer. It's an excellent beer, actually. It's got some nice caramel notes. The carbonation is medium, 5.5% alcohol. It's pretty sessionable, relatively light-bodied. It's got some nice European hop character, like some grassy, herbal, and earthy notes that I'm getting from the hops. So whatever hops they're using in this, I think they did a really good job with them. Balances out nicely with the malt-forward presentation. It's not the best Oktoberfest I've had, but it is in the A range. It's a pretty solid A at that. It's a 94 out of 100 for me. I would definitely recommend buying it. I bought a single, but I think the 6-packs are about $9.99 here for a craft beer. That's really not too bad. It is better than a lot of the Oktoberfest I've had. It's not the best, but it's up there, and it's a solid beer. So, 94 out of 100 for the Bell's Oktoberfest.
Excellent. We got another Jay Terrio. This is his channel, Louisiana Beer Reviews. Jay Terrio. He's having some issues only with video. His audio is coming in fine. He is being the, if you will, the Sky Master General, looking above and controlling everything here. So I'm just going to kind of moderate and host this evening right here. For the meantime, for another 6 minutes till he is going to close the video down live. I don't know if, Jay, you see anybody else that's in below us on the basement.
Did Bumpy give his rating for the beer after he described it?
68,
Yeah.
70.
He gave a low rating. He didn't like it.
Not like
Okay.
his version.
Mm-mm.
He didn't like Warlocks.
31 out of 50 on the Bumpy scale.
That is from the Southern Tier Brewing Company in Lakewood, New York, I believe.
Only gave it 9 out of 19.
I'm not really high and mighty on a lot of the Southern Tier stuff, to be completely honest. But the pumpkin is actually nice for what that is.
Some of the early years of that were really good. So, I mean, maybe they've gone downhill since. I don't know.
Yeah, the one I had, I really liked a couple years ago that I had.
Dane, we need a number for you on the rye beer.
Oh, okay. Let's say I'm going to give this a 93.
Okay.
Oh,
Pretty nice.
I'm going to pick some of those up.
It's got a lot of a little bit meatier mouthfeel. That rye gives it a nice little touch, I think. I kind of was skeptical about the rye with the Pilsner. I thought it might overwhelm the style. But, man, it has a nice little spice to it. I like it. I like it.
He did say at the 15th minute of the hour we're going to end. But now we are in wrap-up mode, according to Jay Terrio on his channel, I guess.
Why don't I just...
I had no idea how to pronounce his name.
It's like a Cheerio.
Yeah, I was thinking like Thero or so, but you know.
Cheerio. That's how I remember this thing. Chip Terrio.
Rana, I'm going to remove myself so you can add yourself back and see if you can close this thing out properly.
John, we'll talk to you in a few seconds when we're
all right. Hopefully Ron can get back on here now.
All right, Jay, come on back, or I'll do closing remarks for you. Let us know something out here. Soylent Green is laughing. LOL.
There he is.
Yes, that's Jay Terrio, people. All right, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The whole thing is like a major system failure. No, I said 10 after. Anyway, everybody made good descriptions. And Southern Tier, whether it's good or not now, it doesn't matter. We can get it. You know, just
Southern Tier, yeah.
It came to Louisiana. It seemed like it was doing well. I was enjoying it, and then that
too slow for change. Everybody's killing me, but let's listen to Virtue. The virtue of reason.
Why is everybody killing you?
Because I love my happy face.
Been reading The Watchmen, huh?
Yes. All right, Jay.
I remember when that came out 33 years ago. 33 years ago, 1986. Who watches The Watchmen? All right.
The Watchmen.
Cheers to all your autumn beers, says Ronnie S. Yeah. Well, we had a good selection. We were able to get through the technical failure, which was bad, and I don't know what happened because when I started, it was going smooth as silk, and then it just like in a split second I began to lose all my responsiveness. So
beer will do that to you.
I was in a real fix, so I'm still in a fix. I don't know what's going on. I think it's like I said. I think I know what's going on, but
you need a fix for the fix.
Yeah, Eric did a good job moderating it. Tomorrow night is huh?
Glad I was around to help you out tonight.
This was fun.
Yeah, and we appreciate J.O.
Yeah, really good.
We do it every Wednesday, pretty much. Sometimes we can't do it, you know.
Yeah.
But
good to have Shane back too.
It's usually it's usually wild card. You bring anything you want.
Right. The first Wednesday of the month we do a theme, but the other Wednesdays is just wild card. Whatever beer you want to bring, feel free. Tomorrow night is not tomorrow night. Friday night is Fandango Friday. That's sort of like a more anything goes type production with bells, masks, people. Some people are uncomfortable with it because it's too madcap and they get kind of maybe nervous about it. But which I understand is a big deal. But if you're kind of like that kind of free form, sort of psychedelic approach, might like it. I have 99 brand root beer to bring. For what that's worth, I think James P. Madonna. I thought James P. Madonna was going to do that. Huh?
Those 99 spirit line is pretty heavy stuff.
Oh, it's 99 proof. It's
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie S. going to join Fandango Friday. I think James P. Madonna has a vodka. He bought a bunch of little sample bottles.
Don't go to a fridge, man. Don't do it.
I mean, but that's kind of like you have people.
Oh,
It's kind of been. I think a lot of that animosity has been rectified to the disappointment of many viewers because they kind of like the world wrestling entertainment format, kind of like the challenge to fight people at the bridge. That was sort of like the thing that made people like it so much. Although it's not appropriate, you can't be threatening to beat people up, even though your ability to do so is highly questionable. Let's say, but it's it's Ronnie took it as it should have been taken, as sort of a joke. It's like, it's not serious. People are too uptight on the internet. I mean, I think of all the people, Eric knows what I'm talking about. In the past, we've run across that are very uptight. And it's not a good thing when you have an uptight attitude, sort of quasi-paranoid, and then there's a lot of alcohol consumption. It's going to lead to problems, really problems. Big problems. I tend to be caddish, you know what I mean? Like virtue signal, or putting that on there and stuff like that. So it's I know what I'm doing, I mean, obviously. And then Eric says James Prima Donna. See, people are throwing out bait. You're putting out bait. You're throwing out bait. But it's all in good fun, sorta. Anyway,
that was a bridge reference before, and everybody knows, and everybody who doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Right. No. Oh, but they know. Anyway. Oh my goodness. So this was a very good hangout. We had all these good fall beers. We'll think of something for November, which will probably be something along the lines of pumpkin-oriented items. What do you think?
Sounds fine.
Like
Subject Zero says, yeah, James would progress. Huh?
I've already drank mine.
I've drank mine.
Subject Zero says, yeah, James of progressive discussions. Okay. All right, so that's it. Sorry about the botch thing, but I can't control technology. I let technology control me. And any last words?
Remember the Alamo.
Can we get a hold of Bill Gates next time? Have him on standby?
Stand by for Bill Gates.
Bill Gates needs to be here working on this stuff.
I doubt it. Now, Paul on.
He shouldn't be updating right in the middle of this show.
That actually happened 2 years ago. It was in the middle of the show. I started. It's like,
yep, it will. If you're downloading all that major update, it will.
Yeah, you are receiving a major update
in the middle of the show.
It should take no longer than 2 hours. I'm like, oh, great, right at prime time. You could have done it at 3 a.m, but one more thing, and then I'll let anybody have any last comments. Paulaner Beer Company of Germany contacted me about a month ago, and they said, "Oh, we want to send you these beers to review. Do you want them?" I said, "Well, yeah." And so, of course, it's like asking a heroin addict, "You want some?"
You're a beer addict?
So,
oh no.
They also set up where you can interview the executives of Paulaner. Like, I'll believe that one. But well, that part never happened. I have not interviewed any Paulaner executives, which I was happy about because I didn't know what was I going to ask them. Hey, what's it like to run a beer company? I mean, I feel stupid. So, but they did send me the beer, and they told me today, oh, that went great. They watched the first video review, and they were like, oh, that went great. We're going to do some more collaborations in the future. So I'm collaborating with the Germans, you know what I mean? But
wow, cool.
Well, get us all involved, and we'll
cheers
join
on that. Cheers. That's awesome.
Yeah,
share
I'll
the
let her know. Everybody else wants free beer from you. They'll all make videos.
Then we'll do it every Friday. Free beer Friday. Let's go.
Yeah. Send your beer if you want to send your beer to me.
They'll probably say, yeah, but you don't have a channel, dude.
I have a channel. I just don't do beer reviews.
Content. Yeah, no content.
Yeah, I don't do beer reviews.
Look, if you start doing beer reviews, we'll send you 10 beers a month if you review them all. What would you say?
Where the hell's my beer then?
I'll say, let's start tonight. I'm ready to start reviewing tonight.
Your channel would suddenly have lots of content, right?
That's right.
I did get on that Carlsberg little ad campaign on the radio in Belgium somehow. That was weird, right, Jay?
All right. Yeah. They had me, you, and some other people on there, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. Here's a beer review from Thomas Meadows 75. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
They like
Okay.
use profound language in my review. I'm like, why did you choose those clips? Me like swearing about the beer.
Right. They found kind of like the less appealing. Hey, well, any last comments?
Edgy.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, I have one piece of news. Evil Twin is now going to be setting up a brewery in Ridgewood, Queens, in my neck of the woods.
Whoa, nice.
Really?
That's
cool.
They had been a gypsy brewer. They were brewing in Two Roads in Connecticut and in Westbrook in South Carolina, but now they're going to have their own brewery in Ridgewood, Queens.
Nice.
Hey, we need a key to that brewery.
And Evil Twin is the bomb.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I get there. Hey, Eric, Jonathan, and anybody else, y'all all have a standing invitation.
Oh, well, thank you.
Everybody's invited. We don't exclude here. This is not some panel where we say, oh, we're the select few of the great people, and you can't jump in.
Right.
That's what they told me.
Huh?
I was messing with. I said that's why they didn't let me in for a long time. He said you wasn't select few.
Have some beer, brother.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay.
Grab it.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, world.
Thank you, sir.
See you guys.
Great time. Thank you. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
I need a treat.
Well,
I'm thirsty.
Man.
Also, John, before we get off, Stout Sunday at 10:30 Eastern time every Sunday.
Okay.
That's right.
John,
That's right.
Okay.
That's on John's channel.
J.O., if you want to drink stout at 10:30 in the morning, you got it.
Oh, boy.
If you want to do bourbon at 5:30, you got Dawn Buster.